Okay, my name is Sheth Otieno. I'm the Child Protection Administrator in Kakuma Refugee Camp. In Kakuma, initial CPMS plus testing was done in 2014. In November 2015 to July 2016, the PIA process was carried out. Come February 2016, dummy CPMS Plus database was installed in Kakuma. Tested and basic training of staff was conducted with the use of the dummy cases. In August 2016, CPMS Plus Android, that is the mobile application, test run and capacity mapping was conducted. Between August and November 2016, customization of reviewed child protection tools in database was conducted, and this was the time I got introduced with the Primero in Kakuma. Come March 2017, come March 2017, Primero was officially launched in Kakuma, and live entry and transmission of cases began. Over time, Primero has continued to improve effective service delivery in child protection. My main role in Primero work is to provide supportive and supervisory duties in collaboration with the technical team who have the expertise in the overall system development. Specifically, my roles are to ensure that Primero is effectively used as a case management tool in Kakuma in line with confidentiality and information sharing protocols. To train and capacity build child protection and other partners on Primero, and to ensure Primero data tools are designed, customized to meet the needs of children in Kakuma Refugee Camp. The joint efforts and coordination, Primero is very important and critical for UNICEF for the following reasons. For planning and budgeting, this can easily be projected with the number of caseload within the system and making projections in the future using the current trends, gaps, and possible solutions in responding to the needs for effective service delivery. 2, for secure data integrity, Primero is supported with the most able technical team with expertise in data management and information sharing. The system enables UNICEF to gather, analyze, store, retrieve, and present data in a most precise and accurate manner, bearing in mind the information sharing policies as provided in both UNICEF and joint partners information sharing protocols. Primero is also important since it is used for posterity, that's for future development goals. With the current technological advancement, Primero is important to UNICEF because it is able to address the current advancement and foreseeable trends in technology with regards to case management and programming. In so doing, UNICEF can be able to align itself with national and global emerging. Primero has been able to support and in fact continue supporting child protection needs through 1, data stock information storage and accessibility. Primero is able to store, analyze, retrieve information in the best possible format. Because before Primero, we were using hard copy storing information in cap-locked cabins, which cannot be enough depending on the caseload in Kakuma. 2, Primero provides secure data integrity, and Primero can only be accessed with users whose accounts have been created within the system by the system administrator and with different user rights and functionalities for harmonious workflow and efficiency. In fact, Primero is guided by the need to know basis, informed consent and best interest of the child principles in data sharing. With all these guided principles, Primero protects children's information and promote best practices in data confidentiality by allowing different levels of user permissions, access to information stored in the database. Primero has tremendously improved case management workflow, taking into consideration of the following. One, Primero is user-friendly. It is very easy to navigate through the system since the forms are systematically arranged right from the beginning of the case identification down to the case closure. Primero provides automated role-based case management. This ensures that only those who need to know have access to the sensitive data. Primero provides also direct transfers and referrals of cases between caseworkers of the same agency or caseworkers of different agencies using the same system. For instance, here in Kakuma, we have quite a lot of challenges of the children who keeps on changing their locations within the camp. So you'll realize that this, as it keeps on moving, children keeps on changing their locations within the camp from time to time, then the concerned caseworkers will find it very easy to do the verification of the children and realize if the child has migrated to a given location, then the caseworker will communicate with the caseworker in the other area and then just migrate, transfer that particular case to that caseworker in that location. Again, Primero provides real-time case reviews. We realize these days it is very easy to review the cases just the same way they are entered into the system. Unlike before, we have to do the cases in hard copy, then the person concerned will review the hard copy, then the data clerks will enter the cases into the system. You see, it was very difficult, but these days, the case is owned by a certain or a particular caseworker. So the caseworker is responsible of entering that case into the system, request for BIA approval, and that's the time that the person concerned, like the child protection officer, will review the cases, and if at all there's any gap, then the CPO will flag that case to the caseworker. Primero then provides Android version, which has both online and offline capability for direct case follow-up. So these days, Primero has provided us with easy work on how to do the case follow-ups, where we can just mark the cases within the system according to the plans of each and every caseworker on the cases who the caseworker has decided to go and do the follow-up. So the caseworker will only mark those particular cases, then for mobile, and the caseworker will synchronize using the mobile tab after logging in with the same credentials, then the same cases will be in the mobile application. So the caseworker will only work with the mobile within the camp and do case follow-ups. And this feature is very simple because you only need the internet when you are synchronizing the data. That is uploading the data from the main server to the mobile. Then while in the field, you only do offline mobile follow-up, you only feed the data as per the follow-ups, then you save, then you only need data again when you'll be synchronizing the information that you updated from the field back to the main server. Primero also provides the most secure data integrity since it has direct audit trails, which are monitored by the system administrator for data and information security purposes. It is very easy these days to know who has logged into the system, what section of the form did that person access. So it is very easy, it is secure. We can really know who logs, at what time did he log, what information was he or she accessing in the system. So Primero also provides real-time reporting. We can generate reports as they come easily within a twinkle of an eye, and then you do your analysis. Then lastly, Primero can be contextualized. Forms within the system can be changed to meet the needs of the operation. So that's another feature that is very, 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 very important. So Primero is not rigid. you can make Primero suit a certain program that you are running. The COVID-19 has brought quite a number of challenges since it began, because we have to, by the directives that is given by the government, we have to keep social distance, we have to keep physical distance. So these days is quite challenging because we don't need to interact with the children the way we used to interact with the children, especially on the new cases that might arise in the camp. It's very difficult to do the assessment, because even if it is a must that we have to do the assessment depending on the nature of the cases, then the case worker will have to wear a mask, but you find at times that the person of concern might not be having the mask and may be wondering, why are you wearing masks? So there are lots of things to explain. But the most important thing that the Primero has helped us on specifically is on the cases that we have in the system that we need to do the follow-up on, especially the SGBV cases that needs follow-up each and every time. So these days it will force us to do the follow-up using the mobile, by just calling the persons of concern, since we can just go into their records and get the contacts within the records. Then we need to call and have the follow-up via mobile.